More than 50 years have passed since humanity first set foot on the moon, leaving behind those iconic footprints pressed into the powdery lunar dust. The Apollo missions captured the imagination of the world, symbolizing a moment when the impossible became reality. Since then, generations have looked up at the moon, wondering when we would return. For decades, the lunar surface has remained untouched by human hands, a silent witness to our absence. That era of quiet observation is now over. The moon is no longer just a distant memory or a symbol of past achievement. It's once again at the center of human ambition. Today, August 31st, 2025, we're witnessing the dawn of a new era, a global race to the moon that is more ambitious and collaborative than ever before. Rockets thunder skyward, carrying not just astronauts, but the hopes of entire nations. This time, it's not just about planting flags or making history. The goal is to build a lasting human presence on another world, a place where people can live, work, and explore for years to come. The United States, China, and Russia are all setting their sights on the lunar South Pole, a region shrouded in perpetual shadow and mystery. The discovery of water ice in these craters has transformed the South Pole into the most coveted real estate in the solar system. Water isn't just for drinking, it's the key to survival. It can be split into oxygen for breathing and hydrogen for rocket fuel, making it the foundation for sustainable life and travel beyond Earth. A base at the South Pole could become a vital refueling station, enabling missions deeper into the solar system. It could serve as a launch pad for journeys to Mars and beyond, turning the moon into humanity's gateway to the stars. The nation that establishes a foothold here first will shape the rules, the partnerships, and the future of space exploration for decades to come. Unlike the Cold War sprint of the 1960s, today's race is a marathon. The challenge is not just to arrive, but to endure, to create a self-sustaining outpost that can weather the harsh lunar environment and support human life long-term. This vision demands new technologies, robust infrastructure, and global supply chains. It requires international cooperation, innovation, and a willingness to push far beyond what Apollo ever imagined. China and Russia are moving quickly, working together on plans for an international lunar research station, a base that could one day host scientists and explorers from around the world. NASA and its Artemis program have accepted the challenge, forging partnerships with allies and private companies to return Americans to the moon and establish a permanent presence. The question now isn't if we'll return to the moon to stay, but who will lead this new era, and what that leadership will mean for the future of humanity, both on the moon and beyond. At the heart of America's response is the Artemis program, NASA's plan to return humans to the moon. Artemis 3, set for 2027, will land astronauts, including the first woman and first person of color, at the moon's South Pole. The mission starts at Kennedy Space Center with 4 astronauts launching aboard Orion atop the SLS rocket. Orion will enter a unique lunar orbit, the near rectilinear halo orbit, serving as the crew's outpost. There, Orion will dock with a waiting lunar lander. 2 astronauts will transfer, descend to the surface, and spend a week exploring, prospecting, and conducting science. After their mission, they'll return to Orion and head home for a Pacific splashdown. Artemis 3 is designed to prove America can not only visit the moon but begin building a permanent home. For the lunar landing, NASA made a bold choice: SpaceX's Starship, adapted as the human landing system. Starship HLS is a leap beyond Apollo's cramped module, a spacious, integrated habitat for a new era. NASA provides the SLS and Orion. SpaceX delivers the lander, waiting in lunar orbit. This public-private partnership is a calculated risk, but SpaceX's track record of innovation makes it a bet worth taking. If Starship succeeds, it could revolutionize lunar operations, making a moon base faster and more affordable. The future of America's lunar ambitions now hinges on this collaboration. Starship stands apart for its sheer scale, nearly 400 feet tall with 33 Raptor engines and record-breaking thrust. Its true revolution is full, rapid reusability. Both booster and upper stage are designed to land and fly again within days. This slashes launch costs, making regular moon missions and a permanent base financially possible. Starship's modular design means it can carry crew, cargo, or fuel, adapting to any mission. One vehicle can deliver people, habitats, rovers, and supplies, creating a lunar supply chain. Instead of a few expensive flights, dozens of missions become feasible. This integrated, reusable approach is what makes Starship a game changer. It's not just a rocket, It's a platform for building humanity's future in space. For the first time, the moon is within reach for sustained exploration. That's why NASA is betting on Starship. The most critical innovation in SpaceX's plan to reach the moon is orbital refueling, a complex maneuver that's never been attempted at this scale before. It's a game-changer for deep space missions, and it could redefine what's possible for human exploration beyond Earth. Starship burns through most of its fuel just getting off the ground and into orbit. To make the journey all the way to the moon and back, it needs to start with a full tank, something that simply isn't possible with a single launch from Earth. That's where in-orbit refueling comes in. SpaceX's plan is to launch a dedicated fuel depot Starship into orbit. Then a fleet of tanker Starships will launch one after another, each carrying propellant to fill up the depot. This process could require several launches, all working together to stockpile enough fuel for the lunar mission. Once the depot is fully loaded, the lunar lander Starship will rendezvous and dock with it in orbit. There it will transfer the propellant it needs, topping off its tanks before setting out on the long journey to the moon's surface. This cosmic gas station approach is what makes it possible for a single, massive vehicle to handle the entire mission, launch, lunar landing and return, without needing to split the journey into smaller, less efficient segments. Orbital refueling is the secret sauce that gives Starship its unprecedented power and flexibility. It allows for larger payloads, longer missions, and the ability to reach destinations that were previously out of reach for reusable spacecraft. A demonstration of in-orbit propellant transfer is planned for 2025, a make-or-break test for Artemis 3. If SpaceX can pull it off, it will prove that this technology is ready for prime time and open the door for future missions. If successful, it unlocks a new era of lunar exploration, making it possible to send more astronauts, more equipment, and stay longer on the moon than ever before. The moon becomes accessible, not just for short visits, but for building a permanent base, laying the foundation for humanity's next giant leap into the solar system. The new moon race is a true competition. America and its partners face determined rivals. China, with Russia, is methodically developing rockets, landers, and a lunar research station at the South Pole. Their approach is steady, building new hardware step by step, aiming for a crewed landing by 2030, or sooner. Russia, now a junior partner, brings experience but faces economic limits. Together, they offer a powerful alternative to the US-led Artemis Accords. The world is split. America's open collaborative model versus China and Russia's centralized approach. The US is betting on Starship's innovation, a high-risk, high-reward strategy. If it works, America could take a commanding lead. If not, China may land the next humans on the moon. The stakes are global and the outcome will shape the future of space. Starship's journey has been marked by rapid progress and dramatic milestones. After early failures, the fourth test flight saw both booster and upper stage return safely, a breakthrough for reusability. Flight 5 went further, catching the Super Heavy booster mid-air with the launch tower's chopsticks. Each success builds confidence for NASA and proves the hardware is maturing. SpaceX plans up to 25 launches in 2025, including the first in-orbit propellant transfer. An upgraded Starship with more propellant and a tougher heat shield is set to debut soon. The next step, an uncrewed Starship will fly to the moon, land and return, a full dress rehearsal before astronauts climb aboard. These triumphs are turning Starship from concept to reality. The path to Artemis 3 is filled with challenges and risks. Every step forward is a test of human ingenuity, engineering and perseverance. As NASA and its partners push the boundaries of what's possible, they must constantly adapt to new obstacles and unexpected setbacks. The timeline is tight and technical hurdles could cause delays. Each milestone is critical, and even minor issues can cascade into major setbacks. The pressure is on to meet ambitious deadlines, with teams working around the clock to keep the mission on track. Starship HLS is still in development. Its Raptor engines are advanced but complex. The sheer scale of Starship, designed to carry astronauts to the lunar surface, means every system must be tested and retested. Any failure could mean months of redesign and troubleshooting. The biggest unknown is orbital refueling. Transferring cryogenic propellant in space has never been done. This process is essential for Starship to reach the moon, but it's a technical leap that comes with significant risk. Engineers are developing new techniques and hardware, but success is far from guaranteed. A successful demo in 2025 is essential. Failure would delay the mission. The world will be watching as SpaceX attempts this critical milestone, knowing that the outcome could shape the future of lunar exploration. NASA faces its own issues. Orion's heat shield needed redesign after unexpected erosion on Artemis 1, pushing Artemis 2 and 3 back. The safety of the crew depends on these fixes, and every component must be flawless before launch. Funding and political support are always at risk for programs of this scale. Shifting priorities in Washington can impact budgets, timelines, and even the mission's future. NASA must constantly justify its vision to lawmakers and the public. Some argue the mix of SLS and Starship is too complex and costly. Balancing legacy systems with cutting-edge technology is a challenge in itself, and critics question whether this approach is sustainable in the long run. To outpace China, the US may need to double down on commercial reusable systems. Embracing innovation and private sector partnerships could be the key to staying ahead in the new space race. Overcoming these obstacles will require the same determination that won the first moon race. The spirit of exploration, teamwork, and resilience must drive every decision and every launch. The stakes and the risks are higher than ever. But with bold vision and relentless effort, Artemis 3 could mark the beginning of a new era on the moon. The race for a permanent moon base is about more than national pride. It will shape humanity's future. If America leads, it sets a precedent for openness, collaboration, and peaceful exploration. The technologies developed, life support, resource mining, robotics, will benefit life on Earth. Building a moon base is an investment in our future, driving innovation and sustainability. It's the next step in our evolution as a spacefaring species. The moon is a laboratory, a workshop, and a stepping stone to Mars and beyond. NASA and SpaceX's efforts can unite and inspire a new generation. The journey is risky but essential. By returning to the moon to stay, we're building a more hopeful, expansive future for everyone. The next giant leap is within reach, if we dare to take it.